The movie opens with breaking news. Representatives from Gotham PD and City Hall are converging on the state prison where, in a top-secret laboratory, a revolutionary experiment will be conducted. They await Batman and Robin's arrival before beginning the experiment. Little do they know Batman has already arrived at the prison, flirting with Catwoman through the bars of her jail cell. With the use of seduction, she asks Batman to let her out. He's intoxicated with her beauty, but still a man of justice, and explains that she will have to wait 37 reformative months to repay her debt to society and become a free woman once again. The two are about to kiss when a restless Robin yells at Batman from the Batmobile. Being a man of duty, he swiftly proceeds to the experiment. Batman and Robin arrive at the laboratory and are greeted by Commissioner Gordon, who introduces them to the district attorney, Harvey Dent. Batman and Harvey feel they share common ground, contributing to cleaning up Gotham. Robin seems jealous of their newly found kinship. They are then introduced to Dr. Hugo Strange, the inventor of this experiment. Hugo Strange explains that the psyche of every criminal is split into two halves, a good half and an evil half, and is often dominated by the evil half. In hopes of getting rid of crime, he has built a giant machine that can extract and store the evil within a criminal and calls it the Evil Extractor. Eager to see the experiment, Harvey flips a coin saying it's his good luck charm. Batman takes note of this superstitious behavior. Gordon orders the criminals to be brought in. Joker, Penguin, the Riddler, Egghead, and Mr. Freeze all get strapped in and hooked up to the Evil Extractor with the help of Dr. Quinzel, Hugo Strange's assistant. With a pull of a lever, they turn on the machine, and electricity zips and zaps all around the room. The lights flash as the super criminals begin getting drained of their evil. Filled with excitement, the criminals overload the machine with their overwhelming evil. The vat of toxicity explodes under the pressure into a foul green cloud of wickedness. Batman springs into action and knocks Harvey out of the way, but he's too late. The explosion is too large. In the rubble and green fog, they pick up a man they believe to be Harvey. The man says he's not Harvey, but evil incarnate, and reveals himself to be Two-Face. The following weeks turn into a game of cat and mouse as Batman and Robin attempt to stop the many crimes of supercriminal Two-Face. Eventually, they put him behind bars where he was able to be reformed and changed back into Harvey Dent through surgery. Feeling whole again, Harvey thanks Bruce Wayne, who is a close friend and helped pay for the surgery. After betraying the trust of Gotham as Two-Face, Harvey reluctantly accepts returning to City Hall as an assistant to an assistant. 6 months later, criminal archaeologist King Tut, a split personality of William McElroy, steals a biplane with the help of his henchmen. Knowing the police force is out of its depth, Commissioner Gordon activates the Bat Signal. At Wayne Manor, Alfred and Bruce's Aunt Harriet get ready to attend the annual Millionaires' Soiree in place for Bruce and Dick. The evening ends with a midnight tour of Gotham City. Bruce notices the bat signal shining through the skylight. He and Dick immediately suit up and slide down the pole to the Batcave. They jump into the Batmobile, activate the Bat Boosters, and exit in style. Batman and Robin conclude that King Tut is stealing things around the city that he believes to be related to Egyptian history. Batman gasps with shock. He realizes the bus tour that Alfred and Aunt Harriet is on is sponsored by the Nile Double-Decker Bus Company. Suspecting the bus might be King Tut's next attack, the dynamic duo quickly tracks it down. They board the bus, get the civilians to safety, and swiftly knock out King Tut's henchmen. King Tut suddenly attacks them with quick-acting knockout gas, rendering the duo unconscious. Hours later, Batman and Robin wake up, and soon find out they are stuck in giant ancient Egyptian burial jars. King Tut has them trapped in a construction site and threatens to bury them in concrete, forever trapping them there. Using their bat jets, Batman and Robin fly out of the jars, freeing themselves, and swoop down to confront King Tut. They knock him down to the ground, causing him to fall back into his original personality, Professor McElroy. As they leave, two identical men walk out of the shadows and into the crime scene. They take the bag of loot that was left by King Tut. Back at the police station, they question Professor McElroy and realize that he doesn't remember what happens while consumed by the personality of King Tut. Because of this, the biplane remains lost, and the only way they'll be able to get a confession is to bring the case to court. With Harvey Dent's help, they send King Tut to jail for 15 years. Harvey is trying to return to his position as district attorney, and with Batman helping him by sending criminals to court, he's confident he will be back in the office soon. Bruce and Harvey celebrate at Wayne Manor. Harvey thanks Bruce for being a good friend, even through his dark times. Dick celebrates with them, but is angry at the thought of Harvey's criminal past. Batman and Robin get called into the police station to investigate a suspicious package that is addressed to Batman. In the package is an old and ruined world atlas. Robin notices the holes going through the book and suspects that this is the work of the bookworm. Batman and Robin zoom into the library as they deduce that the bookworm is using the library's classification system to steal rare editions of old books. They arrive at the library and are immediately shushed by a woman pretending to be the librarian. The woman activates a henchman alarm under the desk. The duo makes their way into the library's back vault where all the rare editions are stored. They find the bookworm and his henchmen and swiftly dispatch the thugs. The police enter and put the four-eyed villains in handcuffs. Robin looks over and notices the rare books are gone. They must have been taken during the commotion. Batman and Robin leave the scene discussing the fact that the bookworm didn't know about the clue that led them there. They investigate the situation and conclude that someone else must be behind all of this. Robin takes note of the theme of duality throughout King Tut's and the bookworm's recent crimes, and suggests that Two-Face is the real mastermind. Knowing Harvey is rehabilitated inside and out, Batman seems confused and says they need to go to Two-Face's last known hideout. Meanwhile, Two-Face sits behind his desk telling his identical twin henchmen they need to leave. Suspecting that Batman and Robin know where he is, Two-Face demands that his henchmen find a new hideout before the tiresome twosome find him. Batman and Robin heroically burst through a window and land inside Two-Face's lair. Robin speculates how Two-Face is back when a giant number 2 falls on them, pinning them to the ground. One of the twins is about to eliminate Robin when his arm is grabbed by Two-Face. He demands that the coin decides their fate. Two-Face flips the coin and it lands shiny side up on heads. Because of this, Two-Face says that they live. For now, the duplicitous villain leaves the hideout, but not before threatening Batman and Robin, telling them not to follow him. Unsure whether the disfigured felon was Harvey or someone trying to ruin his reputation, the two begin to investigate and start by visiting Harvey at his office. Batman tells Harvey of the recent crimes and how they relate to Two-Face, and suggests that someone may have assumed his criminal identity of Two-Face. Robin jumps right to conclusions and starts questioning Harvey with a harsh tone. Harvey assures the two of them that he has been in his office all night and offers any help he can provide. Although not entirely sure of the truth, Batman and Robin leave the building. After the experiment at the prison went away, Hugo Strange hides out in an abandoned plastics factory. One night, while pontificating his revenge, he gets captured by Two-Face. Batman and Robin investigate the mystery of Two-Face's identity back at the Batcave. They get into a dispute over Harvey Dent. Robin believes he is Two-Face and accuses Batman of letting Bruce and his friendship obscure the truth. Batman is tired of Robin's rudeness and sends the boy Wonder to his room. Seemingly unsure of what to do next, Batman gets into the Batmobile. Alfred, filled with concern, nervously asks where he is going. Batman remembers a meeting he was supposed to have with Catwoman, but thinking about an innocent man being framed, he decides to continue investigating the case. Back at the prison, Catwoman grows anxious awaiting Batman. Refusing to wait any longer, she shines a light through her cell window, catching the attention of a small black cat. Her feline friend makes its way into the prison where it is then picked up by Lucille Diamond, the lawyer that was representing King Tut in court, and now represents Catwoman. She makes her way to Catwoman's cell while holding the cat and tells her that the parole board denied her request. At that moment, the cat scratches Lucille using claws laced with fast-acting knockout gas. She drops to the ground. Catwoman opens the cell door with her claws and grabs Lucille's motionless body, pulling her into the cell. Lucille wakes up in the cell wearing a leather costume and realizes Catwoman switched clothes with her to escape. At Wayne Manor, Alfred decides to check up on Dick after the argument with Bruce. He opens the door to his room and sees that he's not there. Dick has secretly suited up as Robin to follow and spy on Harvey Dent. He follows the duplicitous Daw to an empty factory. He enters to find the newly fixed evil extractor. While investigating, Harvey stumbles upon Robin and tells him to leave before it's too late. Robin's face filled with confusion before getting hit from behind and knocked out. He wakes up tied to a chair with Two-Face breathing down his neck. Hugo Strange emerges from behind the evil extractor and tells Robin about their plan to fill him with the evil they have collected. While driving the Batmobile, Batman receives a call from Alfred telling him Dick has gone missing. Alfred has tracked his location and sent it to Bruce. Batman arrives at the scene and starts talking to Robin and calming him down. Batman is unaware of Robin's new evil half until he turns around. His dual personalities fight for control. Batman manages to safely subdue Robin and bring him back to the Batcave. At the Batcave, Robin is locked in the Bat-holding cell. Batman creates an antidote and throws a small capsule of it into Robin's cell. The cell fills with purple smoke and out walks a cured Robin, back to normal. Robin tells Batman that Hugo Strange is working with Harvey and Two-Face. Batman expresses hope toward Harvey's character, knowing he can be good. Batman tested Robin's costume while under the effects of the evil extractor. He found a trace of blue chalk on Robin's cape. The two conclude that Two-Face's base of operations is the newly refurbished Winning Pair Casino where Harvey is holding a bachelor's auction. Batman and Robin sneak into the Winning Pair Casino. Expecting this to happen, Two-Face captures and knocks them out. Two-Face sends a message to the supervillains of Gotham City inviting them to the unmasking of Batman and Robin. Joker, the Riddle, Penguin, Mr. Freeze, and even Catwoman get an invite. Batman and Robin wake up tied to a giant coin and instantly notice their dire situation. The coin is set upon a machine that will flip it upwards and into a bed of spikes. While trying to find a way out, Harvey walks in and confesses to his crimes. Batman reminds Harvey of what Bruce did for him, but this only angers Harvey, causing his evil to boil over onto the surface, revealing his true identity as Two-Face. Two-Face removes the Caped Crusader's mask, showing him to be Bruce Wayne. He then concludes his youthful ward to be none other than Dick Grayson. The curtains pull back, revealing a panel consisting of the most dangerous supercriminals in Gotham City. Two-Face plans to auction Batman's true identity. While bidding, and unaware that they are hooked up to the evil extractor, Hugo Strange fills canisters with extracted evil and loads them onto the biplane. Having extracted enough evil, Two-Face and Hugo Strange let the other criminals deal with Batman and Robin. Batman says they have no choice but to trigger the coin flip, and while flying through midair they cause it to land on its side. It lands between the spikes and rolls past Catwoman, who cuts them down. The three of them use their skills to knock out the remaining villains. Batman finds Hugo Strange's new and improved evil extractor and gasps at the realization of Two-Face's plan. He suspects that he wants to turn the whole city into Two-Faces. Pressed for time, they exit the building and see Two-Face flying overhead in the biplane. Batman calls the Bat-Cycle in hopes of using the small amount of antidote he has to cure Harvey. Two-Face flies over Gotham, carrying out his evil plan. A green fog rapidly descends onto the citizens, disfiguring them in horrible ways. Man, woman, child, and even pets are all being turned into Two-Faces. Temper rises in the half-green denizens of this rat trap of a city, causing chaos to ensue. The police force is no match. Batman and Robin chase after Harvey in the Bat-Cycle. Unable to disable Harvey's plane using conventional tactics, they attempt to use the ejector seats to gain altitude. While in the air, they use their Bat-Boot jets to catch up to Harvey's plane. While holding on to the now out-of-control plane, Batman manages to cut the canisters of extracted evil loose, causing them to fall safely to the ground. They jump off the plane and follow it as it crashes into an old oil refinery. Determined to put Two-Face behind bars, Batman and Robin enter the exploding building. Batman pulls out the antidote and realizes the vial has broken, causing the liquid to be lost. Still hoping to help his friend, Batman tells Robin to wait here. Batman walks through the burning building and Two-Face sneaks up behind him and knocks him down. While on the ground, Harvey's dueling personalities fight for control. He begins arguing with himself when the evil side takes hold of his neck. Harvey starts choking and the rest of his body turns green as the evil claims him. Out of ammo, Two-Face fights Batman hand to hand. They exchange blows, but Two-Face eventually gets the upper hand. Two-Face is about to end Batman once and for all, but gets distracted. Batman reminds Two-Face that he has to let the coin decide whether he lives or dies. Annoyed that Batman is right, Two-Face stops and flips the coin. It flies in the air, spins around, and lands back in his hand. He checks the coin and it's blank, there is no face. He flips the coin and checks it, again there is no face. Two-Face begins boiling over with rage, confusion, and indecision as he slips into madness. Batman yells at him, telling Harvey this is his chance to take back control. Harvey begins hitting himself, weakening his evil state and eventually beating it. An explosion fills the room with smoke, but out from the smoke walks Harvey. Batman is happy to see his old friend back to normal. The two of them narrowly escape the collapsing building. Outside the building, Commissioner Gordon tells Batman that the other criminals have been rounded up and asks how he defeated Two-Face. Batman explains that in the fighting, he replaced Two-Face's coin with a blank, causing him to be confused and attack himself. With the job not finished, Batman and the Boy Wonder jump into the Batjet to cure the citizens of Gotham. They fly overhead and drop Bat-Evil Essence antidote bombs throughout the city, turning the once hideous creatures back into the smiling citizens they are meant to be. Months later, Wayne Manor is holding the annual Bachelor's Auction that Harvey Dent will be hosting. Dick shows concern toward Harvey knowing his and Bruce's secret identity. Bruce stays loyal to his friend and trusts that he will be a good person. Harvey arrives and shows only admiration and thankfulness toward Bruce. Everyone faces the stage as they await the start of the auction. Aunt Harriet looks over and notices Bruce is no longer where he used to be. Harvey welcomes the first eligible bachelor to the stage and out walks Batman. The crowd gasps and claps with approval, happy to see their protector in a new light. The bidding starts and the first to bid is Catwoman. Batman's face turns from gasping to smiling as he anticipated this outcome.